1226 First Alert Radar Net.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got fast. Live from Augusta, we're watching News 1226 at 11.
A beloved tire shop in Aiken now celebrating a grand reopening after a fire heavily damaged the shop during the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. Your Kennedy Payne checks in with McKinney Tire Service. That is coming up. Good evening. I'm Courtney Hicks. Looking ahead to a Father's Day weekend, we might have to dodge some rain. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hill is in the winter weather. I wish it did feel like winter. It is not outside. Maybe that's what's on my mind. The First Alert Weather Center, where things have already been a bit busy tonight. Hey, Riley.
Hey, Courtney. Yeah, it's still pretty wet out there across a good portion of the region, and unfortunately, heading into the weekend, more storms in the forecast, but I think there will be opportunities to get outside. Let's take a look at our outlook here for the rest of the night. Going back to our lake camp, there we go. There's a few lightning shots. So we do have some thunderstorms out there now impacting areas around the lake, and for us here around Augusta, generally it's just transitioned to light to moderate rainfall, not quite as heavy as what they're seeing up there towards Clarks Hill, and that's where most of the electricity action is going on, mainly in the northern CS array. But these will continue pushing through over the next couple of hours, so it is going to stay wet across the region at least up until midnight, 1 a.m. in a few spots. Just a closer look for us here. You can see that range is stretching all the way down I-20 from the Georgia to the South Carolina side. Now, with some heavy rain out there, still going to keep in a low flash flood risk, mainly for poor drainage, low-lying areas, just those flood-prone areas. That's where you could have a few minor issues, so good idea to just stay off the roads for the rest of tonight. Temperatures have dropped into the 70s. They're not really going to drop too much more for the rest of tonight, so it is going to stay very muggy out there. And as we continue towards daybreak tomorrow morning, we're expecting a lot of this rain to be pushing out. So waking up to generally dry conditions tomorrow. It's late into the day. We'll be tracking those storms again. Much more on that for you coming up in just a bit.
All right, we will stand by. Thank you, Riley. Take a look at some of this destruction suffered by McKinney Tire Service after a devastating fire about 8 months ago. Now they are back in business and ready to serve the Aiken community. Your Kennedy Payne paid a visit to this staple of the community today. She joins me in studio. And Kennedy, after a long road to recovery from the fire and Hurricane Helene recovery as well, how did this family-owned shop manage to bounce back?
Yeah, well, as if Hurricane Helene had not been devastating enough, McKinney Tire Service was just trying to keep the lights on when the unimaginable happened. McKinney had retired a few months before, leaving his sons to take over his business. But retired or not, he knew he couldn't walk away, so he and his sons got to work. With just one spark, decades of labor and love vanished into smoke.
October 2nd, we had been called because the power had been out in Aiken because of that hurricane. We brought the generator over here. I said, let's open up tire sales. They brought it over here. I had it hooked up to a battery, pouring gasoline into the generator, and then a spark from the battery made it blow up and burn down.
The fire consumed almost everything.
The entire thing. I mean, it was ashes.
But what the flames couldn't touch was the foundation McKinney Tires was built on 27 years ago.
If somebody come by and wants the air new tire, we don't charge anything. There's one place that charges $20 for the air new tire. A lot of times people will come by, my car's running hot. We'll go out there and we'll just do little things for them, you know. And the biggest thing is if somebody needs one tire, we won't try and sell them more than one tire. And we've gotten that trust.
And what rose from the ashes wasn't just a building, it was resilience.
It took us 7 months to get it rebuilt. And right now it's better than ever. I mean, we have a brand new building, brand new equipment. Actually, the fire was almost a blessing. I can say that now, but it wasn't a blessing at the time when I watched it burn. Anyway, we're back.
And after months of waiting,
we're out front doing some stuff like, you know, and everybody stop by, you open it, when are you going to open? Such part of the community. You know, we just to love it here.
Customers are finally rolling in again.
So much stress and everything, getting this place, everything done. We're finally open, and it's great. It's great.
And he says he's thankful for the City of Aiken Fire Department as well as the community. He says he really wouldn't be here without them.
All right, thank you so much, Kennedy. Great story, and it's good to see them back open. We appreciate your report tonight. And new at 11, Richmond County and Burke County Sheriff's Office worked together to end a high-speed chase with an arrest. Jordan Perkins was arrested after an attempted traffic stop near the intersection of Highway 25 and Hepzibah McBean Road. The pursuit crossed county lines into Burke County. It ended half a mile past Grenier Circle after the Richmond County Sheriff's Office used a pit maneuver. Officials say Perkins threw a gun out of the car that was recovered. He is now charged with felony fleeing and traffic charges. And we have new details this evening in the search for missing North Augusta woman Susan Rhodes, as it has now been more than 72 hours. The ground search came to an end yesterday just before 5. North Augusta Public Safety and the Edgefield County Sheriff's Office were searching in Edgefield County this afternoon. North Augusta also requested DNR's help to check bodies of water in that area where Rhodes was last seen. And tonight, her whereabouts are still unknown. We will keep you updated on this story. Cities across the U.S. are preparing for protests tomorrow, and the U.S. Army has reached its recruitment goal for 4 months early. 61,000 new soldiers have signed up since the beginning of the year, a higher number than those who signed up all of 2024. Officials say more people are joining the Army to help pay for their education and to receive good medical benefits for their families. One recruiter says the Army has focused on recruiting at high schools and colleges and having more community days.
Doing everything that we can here, just knowing that there's more than 61,000 people out there that are going to be a part of the team coming up in this next year, and a part of the community that the Army has built, to be able to communicate to people about the opportunities and the benefits that the military offers is something that I take a lot of great pride in.
And the Army is still in need of more engineers and those with medical backgrounds. Members of Richmond and Columbia County Sheriff's Offices graduated from the Columbia County Sheriff's Office Regional Police Academy today. The ceremony featured speeches from Columbia and Richmond County top brass. The rigorous program prepares officers to meet the evolving demands of 21st century policing with competence, professionalism, and compassion, covering topics including community relations, criminal law, and the use of force. Riley?
Well, for the weekend, we are going to be back upper 80s for high temps tomorrow afternoon. Going to have to keep an eye on more of those hit or miss thunderstorms. That will continue into our Father's Day, while the full forecast coming up.
Also coming up, we get the latest as Israel and